Hey friends, look what I opened, the Studio Calico State Stamps. So I've been a little busy before this because I didn't want to drag this out too much. So I'll show you what my process is and what I'm going to be planning on doing. As you can see, the stamps, the outlines are in my Memory Misty. I love this thing. This is the Hero Arts version. That's why the rulers are black. The original has the pink. So let me move my Misty out of the way, and I will show you what my plan is at the moment. Now I have all my photos cut, and I trimmed some down to fit everything. They're all matted because I like photo mats. I use, I have the old Perfect Layers, they were called, but these are the We Are Layer Guides. I love these things with my trusty knife. But this is my feeling. This is what I'm going to do. Each picture is going to have the state next to it. Now, my thinking was originally that I was going to stamp on this light yellow cardstock on the background, but I have since changed my mind, and what I'm going to do is stamp them all in black with the same color cardstock so that I can make it a layer. So that way I can nudge it up underneath the picture if I want to. So that's what my plan is. So that's why they're in the Misty, because I'm going to stamp them all at once and then cut them out. And then New Jersey goes here, Delaware here, Maryland is here. Then, because I have a lot of pictures for Virginia, Virginia is going to go here. And then this is where Virginia's going to go. And then I have space for journaling and embellishments. I'm probably going to line these pockets with the same yellow cardstock. I have a bunch of it, so I'm going to use it. And then I'm going to flip. And then this was lunchtime in Fredericksburg, so I'm going to put these here and then use that for journaling. And then the rest of the pictures here, this was Richmond, we sat in traffic. And then North Carolina is here. And this is day one of the 2 days it took us to go down to Florida. So that's the plan. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to show you how I stamp with my Misty here. So, and this is just, they're all, actually, I'm just going to add South Carolina and everybody else to the pool, so that way I don't have to, I can cut them all out. Now, as you can see, it's the outline. So, just peeling it off and sticking it on. Oop, other way. I am going to use the some of the things like the the heart. They all come with a heart and I believe a star. Yeah, they all come with a heart and a star. So I'm only going to be using one and then I'm just cleaning it. But each of the little, like this has, the Georgia has obviously a peach. I'll be using that. And then, I don't know why I did that. And then I'll be also using the little saying, I love you to Georgia and back. They all say the same thing. I love you to South Carolina and back. I love you to New Jersey and back. They all say their sayings all the same. So, put Georgia there. All right, this is, Georgia's not cooperating with me here. So we are going to stick him down this way and pick him up. And I have Florida. Now some of them have, they're clear in the inside, but the bigger states like Georgia, South Carolina, Delaware, New Jersey, and North Carolina, except for the top part here, they are just the outline. But Florida is, let's see here, trying to figure out where to put it. Go like this. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up using my favorite black ink. It's the Pink Fresh Studio Detail Black. This is the hybrid ink. So it's alcohol marker and watercolor friendly. So I have the small detail, the 2x2 square also of this, but I need a re-inker, and a lot of places have been sold out of the re-inker for this pad. So actually I think I bought a new one. I don't remember. So we're just going to ink this up. And why I like using this is if I don't get it exactly right the first time, which I hardly ever do, I can re-ink it. So now I also have wrist issues, so I have one of these little, it just makes it easier. I got this off of Amazon. I'll link it in the description box. All right, so we need another pass. We need another pass. This paper has a slight texture on the other side, so I think that's what's causing me some issues here. The outlines are not crisp, but I don't really need them to be, so I'm not really concerned with that. But I need them to be at least black. So I'm gonna do it again. Okay. North Carolina. It's giving me problems here. North Carolina. All right, well, the paper shifted. So we got double outlines. So we're gonna flip her over and do it again, because this is real life. And I'm not wasting paper. Okay, so I'm going to stamp these again. And I think it shifted because I'm only using 2 magnets and I'm stamping a whole lot of, I think that's why. Now this side's a little bit textured, so we'll see how well. All right, now that came out a little better. Okay, I'm back. I've got some stuff laying here on my table. I found some hearts. I went through my little bits and pieces that are in here, and I took out some stuff out of here. And the great thing is that if I don't use it, I just throw it back in there. And I don't lose anything on my desk. So this is what I'm planning on. Get my phone here. What I'm going to do is pop up these photos so that way I can tuck things underneath. I'm not the kind of scrapper that, especially for albums like this. This is a travel album. There's going to be loads of pages. I have 1,600 photos, plus photos that my daughters took and my niece. So there's lots of photos, and you just can't layer and do all the bits and everything. You know, the embellishments, I mean, I have quite a collection. I have tons of stuff left over from my 2012, and that was 4 albums, and those, I think it came to 156 pages altogether. So but I also find value in making my own embellishments, like using stamps. This whole container right here, these are all, well, Disney or amusement park kind of stuff, travel. A lot of them are Disney inspired. LA Studio and Studio Calico are the main ones that I have. And this is not straight. So, but I lightly, because I might change my mind and then I'll have to, well, as I was saying, you just can't use do all the layers and all that stuff. It's just not feasible with this type of album, this type of project. I find that I use maybe 3 types of, to create interest on the background, and then the rest is my layers are embellishments and journaling block and stuff like that. That helps tie the story in. So this is going to go like that. Now, I did notice when I was putting the stamps back together that not all the stamps came with the state. Like Maryland has it in cursive, Delaware has it in cursive, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey. But for some reason, Florida and Georgia did not. So what I'm planning on doing is just inking up Georgia and Florida and using it that way. So it is what it is. I'm not going to be overly critical about it. So this foam is just a smidge taller than these. So I can use both types and still I can still put this under. But I'm not going to pop these up yet until I put what I'm going to put on there. But I figure New Jersey's going to go that way and that way. And what else I do is when I come back from a trip, I upload all my photos to, well, I have an iPhone, I have a Mac, so everything gets uploaded to the cloud. But then I also upload to Facebook. And if you're one of those people that, like to share photos and everything, it's a great way to share your trip with your family and friends, but it's also a great way to save your photos. My last trip, I wouldn't have had any photos if it wasn't for the fact that I had backed them up on Facebook, because you can re-download them from Facebook. Now, you do lose a little bit of quality when you do that, but you have them. My hard drive crashed in my old computer and I lost everything on my hard drive. And if it wasn't for me having done the extra work, I think we decided, I might stick it on the photo down here like that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I wouldn't have had any photos for my trip for 2012, which would have been devastating because it was not only my daughter's first trip to Disney, but it was also mine first trip to Disney. So, yeah. So just remember, back everything up, because hard drives will die sooner or later. So, okay, now this paper here is part of a collection. It's actually, let me get the thing. It's a Happy Planner pages. Hey friends, I'm back. Seems like a few hours ago, but it is what it is. Okay, I just wanted to catch you up where we're at here. This is the paper pad that I'm using. It's called Simple Stories Say Cheese 4. This is the paper that I'll be using. These pads are not double-sided, so I was fortunate enough to find this on eBay. Because I had a bunch of embellishments and not enough paper. So here we go. All right, so I cut all my states out. And this is where we're at. Okay. So what I'm planning on doing is I am first going to, oh, these are flaps, flap pictures. So, what I'm planning on doing first is, I think I'm just going to do this side first. Now, I've decided I don't know about you, but I never have room on my desk. So we're going to do one side at a time. So this is the first page. Now I've decided, because I've matted these photos in red, that I'm actually going to take this strip out. And I'm going to use instead I'm going to add some more yellow, and I'm going to use this yellow star from the paper pad. So put this aside. All right, so this strip down here measured 2 inches. So I'm going to move everything. Yeah, I think it's 2 inches. Yeah. So I'm going to cut 2 inches. And then another 2 inches. Put that aside. And put this back over here. Yeah, I like the stars better. So all right, so first things first, I am going to tack this stuff down. This, I'm not sure what I'm doing with. So first I'm going to put this down. Well, this paper is not as wide as my cardstock, so, which is weird. This cardstock is old. Actually my aunt gave it to me, and I'm not sure the manufacturer or anything, so it may not be true 12 by 12. So that might be why this paper's off a bit. Oh, it's 12 by 12. This, I don't know. I can't explain it, but we worked it out. So, this picture is me and my kids when we first got into the car at our house on our way. So, New Jersey is going to get kind of tucked like that. And I'm going to pop it up a little bit. The phone adhesive that I use is very, very thin. I think it's like less than 1/8 of an inch. So I don't have to worry about and then here is Delaware. Delaware is going to kind of go like this. Maybe I'll do it like that. Because my plan is to put a heart right here. Because that's down here. Because that's about where I live in the state. And then Delaware is going to go like so. And I'm thinking about connecting them with a red line to kind of connect the states on the map. That's my thought for right now. And here's Maryland. And find Maryland here. No, that's Virginia. There's Maryland. Okay. Or, oh, I like that better. I like to sit pictures when I do this kind of detail. It gives you a nice straight edge to put your photos on. So, Delaware I'm going to bring down here. And I'm thinking about putting the title here. And I was thinking, I'm also going to use, these are LE Studios. These are the travel tab stamps, they're called. I have the dies that cut these out. They sell it now in a 4-pack. You get all 4. But when I bought them, it was a set of 2. You got the oval tab, and then you got the then you got this one. These 2 were a set, and then the regular tab, and then that one was a set. But now they come 4 in a pack. And it's just easier for me just to stick them all in the same thing. So, I'm going to make some tabs out of the leftover paper that I have from the States. Probably in red, or I might make them in blue. Bring more of this blue across, because there's blue on, obviously, on the other side. And I'm going to get my embellishments together here, and I'll be back to finish that side. Actually, no, I'm a liar. All right, so here is one of my baskets here. The bottom here has all of little, some of this stuff was left over from the 2012 album that I just did, like the flowers, these ribbons, but some of this stuff is new. These acrylic pieces, these are from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club. So that's Tinkerbell. It's also from Not Just for Boys Kit Club. So what I'm planning on, what I usually do is I just go ahead and get out what I think I'm going to use. This is a Happy Planner set. It was Mickey. And there's two types. There's one that has today's task and has Mickey Minnie up top. And then the other side is clear. And then there is another one that has, if I can get it out of the bag. It has Start Living Your Dreams with some stars at the bottom and at the top. And then it has Mickey, Leave a Trail of Magic Wherever You Go. And then it has Minnie on the bottom. This one is the one that I've been using more often. Because I like to cut it in half. And then you know, if I have a lot to journal, I could just use that whole half. And then, you know, rough this up, and it creates some visual interest as well as texture. So that's what I've been using a lot for my journaling, because I do journal quite a bit in all my albums, really. But because I'm one of those scrapbookers that believe that, you know, we scrapbook to preserve our memories. For most of us, some people just scrapbook for the enjoyment of it. But I scrapbook to preserve my memories, and part of that memory is the journaling, what you did, because 10 years from now, I'm not going to remember as well as I am now at this moment. This was 2022. It was in very end of July, so not quite a year yet. So but like what I was saying about Facebook, I went back in. I did have a journaling book with me, but I didn't really get to journal this trip. We ended up with COVID towards the end, so I was not feeling the greatest the last couple days. The last 2 days, really, our traveling days. I felt fine. Just, you know, regular rundown from Disney. I didn't get sick until we were driving home. So when we got back, about a week later, I went in, and all the photos I added journaling. So that's what I'm going to be taking my journaling prompts from, is the little bit of stuff that I wrote on Facebook on each page. So I'm planning on starting my journaling on this page because I have more room, more real estate on this side than I do on the other side. But I also have that flat pocket, the 4x6 pocket page. I can also journal on there. So, but I'm gonna probably cut this up a little bit. So I'm gonna adhere, I'm gonna stamp on the states, and then and pop them up, and then I will I think my next plan is to actually finish the other, and then I'll embellish last, so that way everything will be cohesive, and it'll flow from this page to the pocket page to the other half of this page. So I'll be back. Hey friends, well, here it is finished. It took me quite some time yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, but it always seems that way whenever I haven't scrapbooked in a while. Like I said, it's been a while since I picked up anything. I've been busy with shirts and tumblers and making graphics and stuff like that. So, but here is the 2-page spread, and then in the middle is the other part. So I included the floral pattern as well as the yellow cardstock throughout, and the flowers, and I did pull out some of my enamel dots. And with the Disney album, I like to put a hidden Mickey on each of the pages, though that Mickey's not real hidden. Road Trip is a foam title from I believe it's an old Amy Tangerine 6x12 cardstock or foam sticker collection. It's travel, so I've been trying to use them up. And then Disney, and then Bound, they are foam with a chipboard, or not chipboard, like cardstock on top, foam stickers that are, they're called Rudolph. They're by American Crafts. I had several sets of them. I love the color, and it fits well with the Disney theme. But here it is, and what I'm thinking about doing is taking some of this red twine that I have and connecting the states, and I think that would add a little bit more texture and interest to the background. And I think I'm going to do that, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Hey friends, look what I did. I did the string, and it looks so cute. It gives some more texture to the background, because the background's rather plain. But if you have seen my work, you know that I am rather simple scrapper. I think the photos and the journaling are what's in the details. So I occasionally do some really fancy pages, but for the most part, especially for a themed album like this, like I said before, where you're going to use a lot of paper, simple is best, because, you know, you can rack up a lot of money invested in paper. Now, some of this paper that I've had collected for 10 years, and then some of the other collections that I'm using for this album, 2022 Disney trip, I've bought recently. I've collected over probably the last 6-8 months or so. So I didn't buy it all at once. I buy it here and there when I get a coupon code and whatever. But so this is the finished layout of the using the Studio Calico stamps, state stamps. I have one more layout to go. It's for the next morning in North Carolina, and then I have South Carolina, and then I have Georgia, and that was our second stop was Georgia, and then the third day was Georgia to Orlando, which was a small trip. It only took us like 2.5 hours. So, but this is the start of it, and I will see you on the next one. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me also over at my website, redheadedstorykeeper.com. I have a blog there. I have a gallery, a layout gallery, where I post layouts and inspiration and all that. So meet me there or meet me here. All right. Well, I will see you on the next one. Bye.